National Strange Academy, Mars Universe Project Room, and explain this. See what the Cosmic Coaster has to say about this, and check this out.
The Phase 5 and Phase 6 timelines might be getting a lot of project shakeups, but there's one rumor in particular that has a massive implication for Kang Dynasty and a big Avengers movement. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm your host Chris, and today we're going to talk about the rumor from the Cosmic Circus that implies a new series referred to as The Strange Academy is going to have major tie-ins and implications as we phase into the Kang Dynasty era and then following Secret Wars. Kang is very much here. This was made very clear during the latest trailer, which released for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, where we had several new looks at the big bad of the multiverse saga. However, there are still a lot of pieces that need to be put together before we can get to the climax of the multiverse saga, which will open up the multiverse, including incursions, variants, team-ups from people across different universes, and much, much more. And it seems like the Strange Academy might be the key to how all of that will become possible. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the other major movie and television news updates happening daily here on the channel. You can also follow me on my other socials, Instagram at Chris M. Rosser and Twitter at TheCultureChris. Links to both of those can be found in the description down below. The report suggests that Wong and America Chavez will be the central characters in the story, and that it will closely follow the matching comic book storyline Strange Academy, with the idea of an establishment for a school for new magic users, which, at the end of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, there was the slightest hint of exactly that happening. This was the part where we saw America staying back at Kamar-Taj. Now, the purpose for this is pretty self-explanatory, but it will allow America to explore more of her multiversal powers while also learning the mystic arts, while Wong continues his reign as the Sorcerer Supreme at Kamar-Taj. Now, the other assumption would be that America isn't the only character who will be introduced to Strange Academy. In fact, while we've been going through the MCU these many years, we've seen many characters who pose the ability to connect with the mystic arts. It is something that can be taught, but it's also something that can be inherited. And we even see this in Spider-Man No Way Home, when Peter's friend Ned displays very capable abilities to use the sling ring without any training whatsoever. So there are characters like that and other individuals across the multiverse, across the 616 universe, that probably could use Strange Academy to learn how to best use the mystic arts, which will be the purpose and the premise of Strange Academy. However, it will dive deeper into what's going on with America Chavez, who is one of the big keys to entering and accessing the multiverse. We will recall from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness that even Wanda, who is very arguably still one of the most powerful individuals in the known universe, didn't have the ability to access portals for multiversal travel. That's why she needed America Chavez. So whatever is going on with America Chavez is going to be very, very important. We have seen that Kang, in some level, has discovered how to use the multiverse, whether by technology he's created, or maybe even having some other character bring him through. But we know simply based off of what we learned about the TVA that Kang 100% mastered the idea of multiversal travel. But for the rest of our heroes, that's something that's going to prove quite difficult. And although there are techniques like what we saw in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, there are very few characters who openly can just go and travel to a different universe. Somebody who is on the list of likely candidates would be Miss Marvel, and of course, her bangles. There's a huge rumor, or theory I suppose, going around that the 10 rings and the bangles used by Miss Marvel are actually Kang technology. That's why they match a lot of the rings that we see from power sources in the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and that's why the bangles and the 10 ring also look like they match, like they come from similar technology. And if you recall, at the end of Shang-Chi in the Legend of the Ten Rings, it wasn't quite so easy to identify what kind of technology it was. In fact, Bruce Banner, Captain Marvel, and Wong all stood at that post-credit scene saying, "We don't recognize any of its signatures, any of its markings. This is something unknown to us." So perhaps they come from the future, and they are part of Kang's technology. This would also open up Miss Marvel to be a key character moving forward as somebody who could travel the multiverse. And assumably, also, Shang-Chi, if he could figure out how to harness the ability of the Ten Rings, would also achieve a similar ability. Of course, assuming both the bangle and the Ten Rings are A, together as a similar technology or device, and B, they can access the multiverse. Those are both rumors that are going through, but I would really, really love to hear exactly how that's going to work out. The report for this new show, Strange Academy, also suggests that it would be coming out right before Kang Dynasty, which could also give us access to a new group of individuals, a new army, that could be an important group of players against Kang's army. Although the assumption is after Kang Dynasty, the Avengers, or whichever group, the Illuminati, whoever, is going to be down bad, much like what we saw with Infinity War. And then in Avengers Secret Wars, we're going to get the redemption arc, just like we saw with Endgame. But regardless, we need to know all of the details about how Secret Wars is going to happen. And Kang Dynasty is going to be the big push that makes the massive incursion or multiverse gate opening super explosion happen that will connect the known universes, creating Secret Wars. Bringing many different variants on screen, introducing new characters, bringing back old characters, and overall, something very excited. Now, I mentioned at the very beginning of the video that maybe Phase 5 and Phase 6 are going to see a little bit of a reorganization, and a big part of that will be because of changing of CEOs from Bob Chapek to Bob Iger. There was a huge conversation about whether or not maybe Bob Chapek was focusing too much on creating content to push Disney Plus, and not worrying too much about the quality or the overall release dates for the MCU, and I think we can all agree it did affect the main feeling of excitement or wonder for Phase 4. A lot of the project seemed rushed, poorly written, poorly designed, and had bad CGI because of the insane schedule that they were put on. So hopefully that has been lifted, and although maybe it seems sad that they're going to spread out the projects a little more, rearrange a couple of them, I think in the long run that will be a good thing, so that we can get at higher quality Marvel Studios that we know about. So I would A, expect a reorganization, maybe some projects get swapped around. B, I would expect a reorganization of release dates. They're going to be probably putting some bigger gaps between the releasing of some projects. Some stuff will be turned into movies instead of being a series or a special presentation. We've also already heard rumors that Silver Surfer is not going to be a special presentation, and Nova is not going to be a special presentation anymore, but in fact they might become movies. We've already heard Armor Wars has been upgraded from a series to a movie, and I think we'll get a lot of other updates like that as well. And then finally, C, kind of like the entire purpose of today's video, you might also be able to expect some new projects also getting slipped in between where some of these older release dates and projects have been reshuffled and reevaluated. So, a lot going on at Marvel, and we're going to have to keep our ears close to the ground to get the actual updates and to be able to decipher what's rumors and what's legit. However, this project specifically seems very important and critical to the overall story of Marvel Studios, Phases 5, 6, the multiverse saga. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is something you should definitely be looking forward to in the next couple months or within the next year of an announcement for the future of the MCU. Let me know what you guys think. Does Strange Academy sound like something you would look forward to watching on Disney Plus? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you to everybody watching to the very end of the video. If you found it helpful, useful, or entertaining, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell. And I'll catch all of you guys in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.
Please subscribe, like this video, and see you guys. Bye.